So like you said before about the visualization of all that data, I think both helps. It helps even army to understand the power of the fandom, because
Yeah.
before that, like you know that things spread, you know that like news travels and people talk, but you don't see it like so much as a network, like with
Yeah.
those amazing maps. It really brings it forward, like how powerful that is, how
Yeah.
instant that knowledge and information transfer is, and how quickly we share it. Like we say, army shares a brain cell, and it almost literally a map of that. Like it's almost like a brain map. You can see like all the neurons like lining up. It's
popping up at the exact same time. Yeah.
yeah, it's just so beautiful to see that, and scary. It's also scary.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I remember the first time I made one, I was pretty taken aback by it. I thought it was like the most beautiful thing, but I was so freaked out by it. Like, it's pretty. It's definitely grown and like evolved. Like every time I look at those maps, it feels like it gets even bigger. But yeah, I agree with you. I think even myself, honestly, I was just testing it out. It hasn't actually been like a big part of my like research overall. It was just something fun that I thought was like a cool feature as part of this program. And it's TrendsMap, by the way, if people don't know what that program is. It's called TrendsMap. That's what I use. It has all these cool like data analytics features, but one of those features is to make these maps. And so one day I was just playing around with it and wanted to see like what it could do, and I was just so blown away by it. Because and like we've said, we talk all the time about how big army is, and we're like, yeah, they spread a lot of information like really quickly, like they trend things, but to like see how quickly it is and how organized they are collectively, like on that map, like you said, like you'll see a couple little dots starting and then all of a sudden it like just bursts into light. Like everyone is almost feels like on the same page, and there's this connectedness to it. And so it's just so cool. I'm really glad that people still continue to like it, even though I think someone asked me who isn't an army, like one of my friends is like, so you do these maps? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, but it looks pretty much exactly the same every time. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, but people like looking at it. I was like, yeah, they seem to love it every time. I don't know. So
it feels like it's a heartbeat, like it's army's heartbeat. And you put that together like with the GIF that it did, so it like it repeats itself. It literally feels to me like it's army's like heartbeat, like pumping blood, pumping that information, pumping that hashtags or trends, and it's like it's us responding, like coming to life. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love when people describe it as that. It's like I agree. It's just so beautiful to see like the fandom visually like that. And so yeah, I'm glad people enjoy that.
Did you ever find out who's that Antarctica army?
No, I'm still trying to find it. I've talked to other people who have used other programs and have found some Antarctica army. I think there's thought that maybe it's just somebody who like has a VPN set to there, or like has their location set to there, and like that's certainly possible. I don't know.
Like who set their VPN to Antarctica?
I don't know. You know, some people like to put their locations to like fun things, and I did clarify though. I was talking to a representative from TrendsMap about this because I had so many questions about it. They did say that if someone sets their location to something like non-existent, like you see like some silly things on there sometimes, like that does not get counted on the map. So
like someone setting to a Mordor or something.
Yeah, something like that. So but if I don't know. I hope one day if there is an Antarctica army, we do find whoever that person or persons are. I think it would be fun. I do know someone sent me this like a couple weeks ago. There was an article a while back about how there was like a Blackpink fan in Antarctica. Like there was a researcher who listened to K-pop and they did like a story on him. So it's certainly possible that like perhaps maybe a researcher in Antarctica is like tweeting about certain things at certain moments, because I imagine that if someone had their location set to Antarctica and they were an army, that we would see it a lot, but we only have seen it like once or twice.
But maybe they're like going on a mission to research.
Maybe, I don't know, who knows. But I think that's definitely been one of my favorite parts of the map, is like people who have pointed out that there was a dot in Antarctica, or like a dot in other places that we wouldn't expect, like Greenland or Iceland. And you see all those tiny little dots in the water, which are islands. I know that people ask about these all the time. It's like really funny where they're like, oh, there's armies in the water, like are they on boats? Like no, they're islands. like Hawaii on like the far left of the map, it's Hawaii, for instance. I've had to also educate myself more on like geography as I'm done leave, because I've learned way more about where things are than I ever thought I would know. But yeah, I think like a
The
cool
most
part of that.
information you learn as an army, right? Like,
Yeah. I think a cool part about it too, though, is like the fact that we're seeing dots in like all these random places is, there's certainly like a good chunk of it that is real, whether or not people set their locations to something that is totally off. But I mean, like collectively, when you look at the map, it's kind of this like realization that like, wow, BTS really reaches people in like every part of the world, because there are still people out there like on the outside who seem to think that BTS is still limited to just like Asia, but
yeah.
it really isn't. And so these are just fun little proof and visualization to show people like this is worldwide. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.